from the Bumblebee movie. It is the core class version of Starscream. A little guy, only 14 steps to transform, and he's tiny, very tiny. Yes, it is a Studio Series version from Bumblebee, but it's small. And it does look like a very cool version of the Cybertronian version of Starscream. This will probably be a pretty quick review, but I figured it was worth showing you guys this version of Starscream, because I like Starscream. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Captain Kyle, welcome aboard. If you've been watching for a while, thanks for coming back, I appreciate it. So, I'm gonna break him out, and we're gonna take a look. Be right back. All right, so he's got the standard packaging without the window, so people can rub his chest and he could be like, oh, that feels so good. Oh, Megatron doesn't rub my chest like that. But let's pop him out. We can see his forms there on the back, but let's remove him from his cardboard prison. Though he is still on this little card, you can see him there in all his Cybertronian glory with a little gun. In here, of course, there are instructions. There it is, that shitty piece of paper. All right, so let's snip him off this. More plastic crap for my table. Now, the way he's packaged, I think his legs have these fins, and I think you're supposed to push them back because he looks much better that way. I'm gonna zoom in because he's only a little fella, and we'll get a closer look. And we'll even put his gun in his hand. So unlike many Starscreams, he does not appear to have the two arm cannons, so that's a departure from normal Starscreams, but he still looks pretty good with his one gun here. Looks menacing. Let's give him a spin on the turntable of doom. And love the bright colors, love the deco. He is Starscream in miniature. Now I'm going to take his gun out of his hand because you can't trust this sumbitch Starscream. Let's go through some posability on this little guy. So he does not seem to have any type of ankle swivel, which for this scale of figure is not a huge surprise. He is able to do a full Jean-Claude Van Damme though, so that's a nice touch, though he kind of flops forward. These tail fins in his legs, though I suspect looking at them, they combine into one big tail fin, kind of make him flop forward a little bit. He can kick forward, he can kick back, not much though. He can kick someone in the ankle maybe. Side kicks are no problem. He bends at the knee, and because there's a ball joint there, it swivels around the ball joint. Now, there appears to be no way of him twisting at the waist, but again, with the scale he's on, not a shock. Now, the arms could probably go all the way around if it weren't for the wings, but he does bend at the elbow, and because it's a ball joint there, it does swivel, though the arm can just come right off. It's also on a ball joint, so you can pop it on. His arms can go out to the side, can raise his fist in anger. No movement on the fists. Those are all one piece to the forearm. The head was a little stiff, but it can turn all the way around. So a nice posable little guy, good in, if you want to put him up against, say, Omega Supreme. Not quite as small, hey, watch out with that centrifugal force. Not quite as small as the Dr. Wu's, but nonetheless, he is small. To scale him with the Dr. Wu Megatron, he's definitely taller. From head to toe, he's about 3 1/4 inches. If you include his wings, he is about 3 7/8, so those wings give him some height. And again, he has a pretty intimidating weapon. All right, let's get him into his vehicle mode. Oh, one thing. If he doesn't want to be holding his weapon, it can go on his back. That's nice. He can punch somebody instead, because, you know, yeah, he'll probably pull out his weapon. So there he is in jet mode. Pretty neat. I'm not 100% happy with the hollow area right here, but it's got gun weapon storage right here, and it's obviously usable in this mode, as I suspected those tail fins combined together into one fin here. And it's a pretty clever transformation for such a small toy. It does have a little bit of a Tetrajet feel. The wings can actually move, so they can be pointed down a little bit, or you can move them up slightly for, I guess, more of a gliding attack. I don't know. Not being a aeronautic person, I don't know. But overall, it's a cool small version of Starscream. All right, the roll test. He doesn't roll. But pretty cool, he doesn't have any type of landing gear, so you can kind of put him on that base and spin him around, and he can spin on the turntable of doom all he'd like. So a nice smaller scale version of Starscream that again you can use with smaller scale Transformers, and he can annoy them, because that's what he does most of the time. Though he was much better in the comic book. Go find the underbase, you bastard. Now, he also has a Decepticon symbol on his wing, noticing that, but just one, which is interesting. I don't Did they cheap out? They couldn't put it on both wings? Kind of sucks. But a nice figure of Starscream. He is from nose to the end of his wings about 4 inches long. So not huge, but still worth getting for whatever the core class is going for now. Like, I don't know, 10, 12 bucks, somewhere around there. A fun little guy. And if you are enjoying this content, by the way, feel free to go ahead and subscribe. That'd be awesome. And while you're mulling over this version of Starscream in his itty bitty glory, we actually have a video over here which compares the original G1 to the retro version, Transformers the movie version, that came out at Walmart a ways back. So fun video to check out. And we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.